On the night before he was to suffer, as Jesus prepared to eat his last meal with his apostles, he affectionately said to them, "I eagerly desire to eat this Passover with you." The Lord was eager for this meal with his close friends because he was eager to show his love to them in a new way, with new and mysterious gifts. It is at the Last Supper that Jesus gifted his apostles with the gifts of the Eucharist and the priesthood. And so we could say that it was on this very night that he too gifted these gifts to us, to the church. Today the Lord institutes the Eucharist, that heavenly bread upon which we are fed and nourished, that mystical kiss by which we experience his deep love for us. Likewise, today the Lord institutes the priesthood, that sacrament by which chosen men, though still very imperfect, are configured to Christ the high priest. And by becoming priests themselves, they become an icon of Christ's very self in the midst of his people, in the midst of the church. And it is through these men, through his icons, his representatives, that Jesus continues to give the Eucharist to his children. So the priesthood is not only a gift for the men who receive it, but it is also a gift to the church, because it is through them that they receive the bread of angels and are guided to the heavenly Jerusalem. El día de hoy celebramos la última cena, ese día en que Jesús se reúne con sus queridos apóstoles y les lava los pies, ese día en que Jesús instituye la Eucaristía y les da a comer de ese pan del cielo por primera vez. Es también hoy que recordamos la institución del sacerdocio, cuando los primeros 12 sacerdotes fueron ordenados y cuando se les dio a estos sacerdotes la tarea de seguir celebrando la Santa Misa y la Eucaristía. Ambos de estos regalos, de la Eucaristía y del sacerdocio, son dones que el Señor nos dio porque nos ama. Y son dones que seguimos recibiendo el día de hoy, después de 2000 años de que Jesús los instituyó. It seems to me that it is when Jesus said the words, "Do this in memory of me," to his 12 apostles, that he kind of ordained them, that the ordination took place, right? It is to these words that he bestowed his own gift of the priesthood upon them, because he was giving them the power, right, to celebrate the sacred mysteries. Do this in memory of me. Do the Eucharist in memory of me. Do my sacrifice on the cross in memory of me. Which in a sense, he was also telling these 12 apostles, these 12 first priests, die for my people in memory of me. Feed my people in memory of me. Do this, my sacrifice, my gift of self, my Eucharist, my love, in memory of me. I find very moving those words of St. John the Evangelist, where he describes Jesus' loves for his own as he's about to celebrate his last Passover. St. John says, "He loved his own in the world, and he loved them to the end." He loved them to the end. Till he drank the last drop of his chalice, till he poured the last drop of his blood. And so again, when Jesus was telling his disciples, when he was ordaining them and saying, "Do this in memory of me," he was not only asking them, "Hey, continue to take bread and wine and consecrate them to making my body and blood," but he was asking them to live these very mysteries in their own life, to love their own to the end, to love, right, as a new first priest, till every drop of their blood was poured for the church. This is not only the task of those first 12 men, but it is the task of every priest, to love his own, and to love them to the end. To make the words, "This is my body and this is my blood," his own, out of love for his flock. A mí me parece que cuando el Señor le dijo a sus apóstoles, hagan esto en memoria mía, es cuando Jesús los ordenó como sacerdotes, porque no solo los estaba invitando y les estaba dando el poder de confectar la Eucaristía, sino que también les está invitando a vivir el contenido de la Eucaristía en sus propias vidas. Cuando les dice, hagan esto en conmemoración mía, significa, por una parte, hagan la Eucaristía en memoria mía, celebren la Eucaristía en conmemoración mía. Pero también les estaba diciendo, vivan mi amor. Ustedes, como los primeros 12 sacerdotes, vivan mi amor en conmemoración mía. Derramen su sangre como yo la derramo en conmemoración mía por mi gente. Esta es la misión, no solo de los primeros 12 sacerdotes, sino de todo sacerdote. Amar o intentar amar como Jesús amó. Amar a su gente hasta el final. A lo mejor no lo decimos tanto como deberíamos, pero nosotros sacerdotes los queremos mucho a ustedes. Yo los quiero mucho. Padre Juan Carlos los quiere mucho. Nos importa su bienestar y es un honor que nos toca caminar con ustedes de regreso a nuestra casa al cielo. Y si así los queremos nosotros, como humanos que estamos configurados al corazón del Señor, ¿cuánto más los quiere Jesús? Y eso queda muy claro, sobre todo en estos días que celebramos estos misterios, el misterio de la Eucaristía, del sacerdocio, de su muerte y de su resurrección. Jesús te ama y siempre te amará hasta el final. Been ordained a priest for about 2 years now, and I'm still trying to understand this great mystery of the priesthood. I don't really get it in full. I don't know if I ever will. But one thing that is clear to me is that Jesus does invite me, like he did his apostles over and over again, to deepen my love for you, to love you to the end. I've been thinking as of late that perhaps we priests don't say often enough to our people that we love them. Or at least we don't say it with our words. But we do. We do love you. I love you. I really care for you. I really care for your well-being. And I want your good more than you know. And I know that Father Juan Carlos does too. It is a gift to walk with you and guide you to heaven, to feed you with the Eucharist, to feed you with his word and his teaching, to be with you in your sorrows and to be with you in your joys. It's not always easy, right? And we priests do it very imperfectly, but it's a gift. It's such a gift for us. And well, if this is my experience, right, as an imperfect man who has been configured to the heart of Jesus, even though I have a very fickle heart, how much more must Jesus love you? Much more. And this becomes so evident in what we celebrate these days. The condescension of Christ in the Eucharist, the mysterious gift of his priesthood, the life-saving stream of his blood on the cross, and his glorious triumphant resurrection. Jesus, your high priest, loves you, and he will love you always to the end.